Hi everyone, and welcome to the first video in my series called Card versus Card, What is the Difference? Today I will be discussing two cards that I really like, and I think both of them deal with a similar theme. The theme is moving on or moving away, and the cards are the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Both of these cards deal with the theme of moving on or moving away from something, and I wanted to discuss what's the difference between these two cards when they come up for us. So I'll first talk about the Six of Swords. For me, the Six of Swords is moving away from hardships. Looking at the water here is a bit turbulent compared to the water in the background, which is still. So this is moving away from something that burdens us, or something, or a hardship, something that we're uncomfortable with. It's also moving away, not necessarily by ourselves, but we're moving away with a support group. So the figure here, which I believe is a woman, is moving away with her child and either her partner or a friend assisting in carrying this person away. The swords for me represent the baggage that the person is carrying with them, and they're carrying that baggage with them. However, the pain or the discomfort that comes from the situation will be cleared with the assistance of these two other figures in the photo. However, the baggage might still be there, but things will become easier. So it's moving from the bank that's like, sorry, the turbulent bank that's over here to the calm bank that's all the way out here in the horizon. So yeah, moving away to a peaceful area, an area of tranquility from a time of difficulty and a time of turbulence, especially considering that the Six of Swords is following the Five of Swords, which is, I guess, an unpleasant card, or a card that, you know, depicts a person that has conquered other people or that has overtaken other people's swords. You might be feeling disheartened. In this card, you're moving away from that emotion. Although this isn't the sequence of the numbers, but to me, it's the Six of Swords is moving away to a situation where you're in a place of the Four of Swords after that, a place of rest and a place of tranquility. On the other hand, the Eight of Cups for me is more about a solitary journey. This is a journey that is done alone. And for me, it's more an emotional journey. I personally really like this card because for me, it's a card of moving on and moving beyond. These cups for me represent fulfillment and fullness and happiness. None of them are tipped over like in the Five of Cups. These cups for this person represent a period of wealth, probably emotional happiness or joy. There's 8 of these cups. They're all upright. This person was actually quite content with all of these cups, yet he's moving up, he or she, this figure is moving up and on and away. This person is moving to higher ground. So for me, that represents moving away in a spiritual sense. It's more of an internal journey to go from a lower or maybe a materialistic sort of living or being to a higher plane, a higher emotional plane. Also, the eclipse over here is a solar eclipse, so the moon is hiding the sun. The moon are like the moon in the tarot. The moon are internal fears, or our unconscious or our subconscious is coming to light, or is hiding the sun, or hiding the day-to-day things, the daily light, and then bringing out our subconscious or inner fears. So this is a journey, an internal journey, probably a spiritual journey. A lot of people say that this is moving from happy things. To me, that kind of means moving from a happy situation to a bad situation, but I feel that it's letting go. I find and associate the Eight of Cups very closely to the Hermit and the Hanged Man, this idea of sacrifice, or an idea of, you know, exploring yourself and exploring your inner knowledge and hidden knowledge and your internal processes, as opposed to leaving a good thing behind and sort of seeing it as a bad thing. I see this card as a very positive card. You might be leaving, you know, things that mean something to you and that are important to you, but you're doing that wholeheartedly, and you're doing that from a place of understanding and wanting to learn more and wanting to know more about yourself, moving on to a situation where you're much more content. It could also mean that you're moving away from a situation that's stagnant. These cups are stagnant, the water is stagnant. It could be the idea that you're moving away before the water or wine that fills these cups either evaporates, dries up, or spills over. So you're moving away from that situation before anything bad happens to it, or before you lose everything that you've got. You're sort of letting go and sacrificing and moving on from those materialistic things. I see it as that. It's also an emotional journey, whereas for me, the Six of Swords is more of a mental journey and sort of calming and stilling the mind from turbulent things that may have been happening. The Six of Swords for me could also represent a physical journey. White in his book says that it is journey over water, but nowadays with planes and trains and all that jazz, I see this as a journey or as traveling, whereas this is more of an internal journey where you might not be physically leaving something behind, but you're letting go of that thing. So I hope you enjoyed the first video of card versus card, what is the difference, where we looked at what the difference is in the theme of moving on or moving away. The two cards compared were the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Let me know what you thought about this. Let me know if you thought the length of the video was good enough, or if you wanted me to go into more detail about each of these cards or the differences between each of these cards. If there is something that I didn't cover in this video, please let me know and let's start the discussion in the comments or make a video response. I'd love to hear what the differences for you are between these two cards. I hope you enjoyed this video. Blessed be. Thanks.